What's up, Spikes? We're back in the world headquarters of the Spike Feeders, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Something a little weird here. You might notice nobody beside me. That's kind of hard to play CDH without someone beside me here, or someone beside Serge at that end of the table. We're here with HIGHLANDER. Something that I don't play that much of, but maybe our guest here can explain a little and explain a little about himself.
Hi, my name is Serge from Loading Ready Run, and this is my jam. I might be in your house, but this is my format.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes.
I have put up with is maybe a little bit rude. A couple days of Commander, a couple days of CEDH, but I cannot wait to throw down a little bit of Canadian Highlander.
I will be the first to admit, not the best Canadian Highlander pilot, so we'll see how this goes. I'll start with my points today.
Sure.
And my deck.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I lovingly call 4.5 color 4.5 color cards Jerry loves. It plays as a control deck. It's basically a 4-color control deck, sans green.
Sick.
My points are Ancestral Recall, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, and Mana Drain.
I mean, honestly, with you CEDH guys, you got to be so happy to be casting Recall,
I'm
right?
not gonna lie, it's my favorite card.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So when I first came here and I thought about playing the initiative, all the Commander players looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean the initiative? Who plays the initiative? And apparently none of you do. So let me introduce you to Esper Initiative.
Yeah, I have no idea how I interact with that, so it's gonna be great.
You just try and hit me and take it. The person who holds the initiative holds the power. My points, I'm Triple Mox, True Name Nemesis.
I like it. All right, well, let's crack open these bastions here and get going.
Yeah, thank you to our sponsors, GameGenics.
I personally own all GameGenic material at this point because I find it to be just one of the best high-quality stuff on the market. And if you would like it, why don't you give them a visit as well and order some lovely product. All right, so I won the die roll. So
yes.
I will choose to play first.
Like it.
And in this format, I don't get to draw.
Yeah.
So
you passed the first test. Congratulations.
Oof.
And I'm sure this area of your playmat's feeling a little empty right now.
It looks a little. I might just move the deck there. Oh, that feels gross.
Oh man, I feel like I'm at home finally.
So now I'm going to do something that all Singleton players love to do, which is play this Wooded Foothills and crack it right away. Going to 19. I will get this Triome. Unfortunately, tapped. Go ahead.
So interesting that you cracked now. You playing around Stifle?
I'm always playing around Stifle.
Yeah, Wasteland Goat. No, I'm joking.
Oh no.
We're going to go with this God of the Shrine tap and say pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh no. We're getting jerried here. Plateau, go ahead.
Oh, 1 blue. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Gonna go Island into a Baleful Strix.
Ooh, that's a good magic card.
Yeah.
Giver. Nothing.
Resolves, draw trigger, and say go.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Pass the turn.
Uh-oh.
Oh, longtime viewers of the channel know I keep greedy keeps.
You know what? That's all right. You live your best life. We got this Swamp. I'm going to hit you for 1.
18.
And then I'm going to cast I'm actually going to cast a Commander card.
Oh.
Yeah, our little friend Animatu.
Oh.
A whole range of emotions we just experienced there. So what I'm going to do... I mean, if I just wanted to draw a card, well, that's not technically card advantage. I'm going to -1 here, and I'm going to flicker. I'll go to my end step. Oh, that's just a flicker. It's not even until end of turn. Oh. Flicker the Baleful Strix, draw a card.
Yep. That's Baleful Strix with Vigilance now, too. Look at that go.
Go to you.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, I'm so good at this card game. Windswept Heath. I'm going to crack that right away. Going to 17.
Yep.
Get this Tundra.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tap 3 mana, blue and a black. Thief of Sanity. Go ahead.
All right. Untap. Draw for the turn. We're going to go Scrubland.
Ooh.
And we have a little saying in Victoria. Show me your secrets. Duress.
Wow, that's to be a really good secret.
Okay.
Well, we'll start with the one that you can't take,
Okay.
which is the Monastery Mentor.
Yep.
Then we got a Kaya Orzhov Usurper,
Hmm.
Path to Exile, and a Lightning Helix. Tough choices, tough choices.
This Baleful Strix is not long for the world. I'm going to take the Planeswalker.
That's a very good option. Kaya down.
Yeah.
Never saw her, never needed her.
So we got Helix, Path, and Mentor.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow, he actually wrote it down. He's too good at this game for me.
Attack for 1.
I'm not blocking.
16.
Yep.
We're going to -1 Animatu again.
You got it.
Exile it, return it to the battlefield. ETB, draw a card. Fascinating. Good old, your friend and mine, 3 fairy.
Oh, that's not good for Jerry.
I'm going to return your creature to your hand.
Would you like to draw a card?
There's more text?
There's a last 3 words on that text that say draw a card.
Good lord. What am I going to do with all these cards?
I assume beat me.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Yeah, we'll play the Otawara Soaring City.
Yeah.
Did you know you can play these as lands, not just use them as activated abilities?
I find I do that most of the time, and then I feel bad.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, well, that's an island. That's
a lot of words for island.
A lot of words for island. Also, for some reason, it becomes a mountain every now and again. I know, it's just weird, right? Well, you saw it last turn, so you'll see it this turn. Thief of Sanity.
Welcome back.
Go ahead.
Welcome back, little buddy. Draw. Marsh Flat, crack Marsh Flat, go to 19. So Marsh Flats is going to get me this Underground Sea.
Under the sea.
It's true. I have a Fatal Push with Revolt because my Marsh Flats went into my graveyard.
that's
so I
so
can now
rude.
destroy that. Yeah, my apologies. I'd like to announce my intentions to go to combat.
Let's rumble.
Crack you for 1, you go to 15. Man, these Baleful Strix beats. See, this is why we like Highlander. They're a nice, powerful format of
Nice,
cracking.
powerful 1/1.
Cracking in for 1 every turn. All right, we're going to +1 to fairy. My sorceries are now instants. And then I am going to +1 Animatu. I draw a card and I put a card from my hand on top of my library. So I draw and then I put a card on top of my library.
I look forward to the miracle.
Oh, thank you. Man, can you imagine if there was a miracle card for getting the initiative?
I would be terrified.
I have 4 mana. You know, that's fine. I'll pass.
I'm terrified even more. Untap, upkeep, draw. Well, we tried the one thing, it didn't work. So now we'll try the other thing.
Mentor?
Monastery Mentor. And then, I guess, still in my main phase, because I can't do anything on your turn. Path the Baleful Strix.
So,
trigger Mentor.
Yeah, that is going to trigger either way, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to respond right now. I'm going to try and Swords your Mentor.
You got it.
Yeah.
Mentor down.
All right. And then, hey, I get to actually shuffle that card away after all. Path is going to resolve.
All right. Path resolves.
So this is going to go to exile.
I'm going to gain 2 life because my Monastery Mentor's prowess trigger did not resolve.
Yes, that I am very smart. Yes, thank you. And this is a basic, so let's get a basic planes. All right, I got this basic planes off your path.
Path resolves, and now I get my monk token.
Yes.
All right, that is my turn. Go ahead.
End step, opposition agent.
Oh. I didn't need to search anyway.
Untap. Draw for the turn. I'm going to be extremely rude.
I love it.
I'm going to Wasteland your Triome.
Triome down.
It's initiative time. Rilsa Rail Kingpin. 5 mana, 2/5 legendary human rogue. Again, really powerful format here, playing these really low to the ground on curve creatures. Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative.
Okay.
And then whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. And if you've completed a dungeon, that creature also gains +5/+0, First Strike, and Menace.
That is a lot of words.
So we're entering the Undercity. I now have the initiative, and we're over here. All right, so the first level of the initiative lets me go tutor for basic land. I got this basic island, which is now into my basic hand. So we're going to -1 Animatu, and we're going to flicker our initiative friend.
Oh,
Going down a second layer, down to the forge, putting 2+1/+1 counters on a creature that I control.
it's a lot of...
So the opposition age is now a 5/4.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to attack. So when I go to
yeah.
attacks, an attacking creature gains death touch. This is a 5/4 death touch.
Oh, that's it?
Yes, you,
Okay,
you
all right.
only take 5. You go down to 12.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to +1 to fairy, so my sorceries are now instants and pass to you.
All right, let's just rip something off the top, and that is exactly what we wanted. To the viewers at home, it wasn't.
Wait, hold on. You lied?
I would never. To the viewers at home? No.
Okay, all right.
To my opponent? I might.
Okay.
All right. So let's tap red and a white, and we're going to Lightning Helix the Kingpin Prowess trigger.
Okay, so 3 damage is marked on my 2/5.
Yes. And this is currently a 2/2.
Yeah.
We'll just put 1. Well, we'll do a 2 because it's 2 power. There we go. And then I would like to... Oh, I also gain 3 life.
15,
Wow, that card's good.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to declare my attacks at Animatu.
I'll block.
All right. So they trade.
Yeah.
I will then play this Hollowed Fountain tapped and pass the turn.
Untap, untap. Now, an interesting thing about the initiative is if you control it on your upkeep, you get to keep progressing, which is very spicy. And another interesting thing about the initiative is you can just dome your opponent for 5.
Is that what that one does?
Seriously, trap. Target opponent takes 5 damage.
I've fallen into a trap.
Yeah. So you're back down to 10.
Yeah.
All right, I will draw for the turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this island that you know about.
Hey, I should have wrote it down. This is how you know I'm not great. I forgot about it. You could have said Distant Island.
I'm going to crack you for 5. You're down to 5.
5 to 5. It's not looking good. The life support's going.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast a Charming Prince. 2 mana, 2. When it enters the battlefield, I can choose 1 mode. I'm going to choose to scry 2.
I like it.
Scry, bottom. Then we're going to +1 Animatu. We're going to draw a card. Then we're going to take a card from our hand and put it back on top. Boop. Then we're going
There's
to...
more?
Yeah, I drew this Seasoned Dungeoneer. So 4 mana.
Yeah.
When Seasoned Dungeoneer enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. And whenever you attack, target attacking cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard gains protection from creatures until your turn, and it explores. This happens to be a rogue as well.
Yeah.
So next page of the initiative is the archives, where I draw a card. Oh, what a surprise. Actually, sorry, one last thing. I forgot to plus Teferi. So Teferi is now at 4.
Oh, perfect.
I appreciate
It didn't affect
that.
the board state. It just put a dice on it.
Sure.
There we go. Untap, draw. All right.
You get the wrath?
No.
That was such a beautifully Canadian no.
Wow, we should wait till we go French Canadian at some point. However, I drew a pointed card. So that means that's good in this
Are
format,
you going
right?
to target with recall?
It's not that good.
Oh.
It's a 1-pointer.
Oh, okay.
We're going to tap blue and exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. That's 6, right? Oh, look at that. We'll leave Path and Lightning Helix in the yard.
It is time to dig.
It is time to dig through the annals of history. I'm going to attempt to cast a DTT.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
All right, let's look at the top 7.
That is the face of a man who has found an answer.
Yes. And that answer is complete and utter destruction.
Is that game 2?
That's
answer is
game 2. That answer is game 2.
So, welcome to the initiative. Isn't it revolting?
I'm going to be very honest, Serge.
Yeah.
That is the first time I've ever seen the initiative in play. And I feel as if I am an old racehorse who broke my leg and was taken out back. And Grandpa decided it was cheaper to get the shot.
Sure.
So
like, that was a 5-mana 2/5 in a vintage legal format.
Yeah.
Right?
Just cheating there. Yeah, that was something I wasn't expecting. I knew about the That the one that has the party mechanics.
Yes, Seasoned Dungeoneer is very good.
Dungeoneer.
So there's 3 really, really good ones that you can play kind of regardless. There's Seasoned Dungeoneered, there's the Ravenloft, whatever, it's a 4-mana creature in black. And then there's also the White Plume Adventurer, which is the 3-mana 3/3 that gives you Vigilance.
Yes.
And those cards are they're like cube classics. They're really, really, really strong. But this one plays the bad ones too, because even the bad ones are good. It's kind of wild.
It is very wild. But we'll shuffle up here and go to game 2.
Sure.
As we do that, I'm going to take the play.
Okay.
And hopefully it goes a lot better for me.
Well, you had mana issues, so it's tough, right?
Well, yeah, I did have mana issues, but I will say it is of my own making. I could have Lightning Helixed a turn earlier if I was not, as the kids say, dull, and decided to get the Zagoth Triumph, because I had the Lightning Helix in my hand already.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, I'll just, next time he does it for the Animatu. Zagoth does not tap for either of them.
Red or white, right? Interesting. It's the wrong Triumph. And that's, I mean, this is a very, very, very fast format. And that is, you will trip over your fetches so often, especially in a multicolored deck.
Exactly. All right. Let's see how this 7 looks okay. Okay. All right.
All right. We both have 7s.
I'm keeping the 7.
Good luck, friend.
Good luck to you as well. We'll start off with Arid Mesa and crack it right away.
Oh.
I'll get this Volcanic Island.
Yep.
And then I will...
Ponder.
He said it. It's all right. Ponder. I'm going to look at the top 3. And...
good eyebrows or bad eyebrows?
Put them back. We'll just put those back like that. That's pretty okay.
All
We'll
right.
draw that. And draw that card and pass the turn.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'm going to start with this Rafine's Tower and play tapped. Past you.
Oh, that's an opening I can beat. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I started with a tap plan last game. Not to say that you can't win this one, but...
We will then put Flooded Strand and pass the turn.
Neat. Untap, draw. I've got this Fetid Heath. We're going to tap for a white and a colorless. And I'm going to play the dog, Spirited Companion.
Oh, okay.
It's much like, very similar start to last time. This is a 2-mana 1/1 that draws me a card when it enters the play.
You got it.
Pass.
End of your turn.
Oh.
I'm going to brainstorm. Chad, I did it. I have the fetch.
And he's got the fetch too? I don't know if I can beat this guy. Gaming out of his mind.
All right, we resolved that like that.
If I may, I think those 2 cards are facing the opposite direction of the rest of your deck.
Serge, we'll do this on camera. I box my decks constantly. This entire deck is boxed.
Okay.
It is a well-known feature. I call it a feature of me, where my entire decks are just always
All right.
So we'll leave it, because eventually they'll come out right.
Sure. Wait, that's not how that works.
Yeah, we're gonna crack it. Crack this Flooded Strand. Get this Watery Grave tapped.
Sure.
Anything else at the end of your turn?
Well, now that I have priority again. No, you're fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play this Bloodstained Mire tapped. And we're going to do an interesting one. We're going to tap 2, and I'm going to Collective Brutality, escalating once.
Oh.
So I'm going to discard this Fatal Push.
Okay. Modes.
Modes are -2/-2, and target opponent reveals their hand, and I choose an instant or sorcery card from it.
All right. Wastes, Ephemerate, Thought Seize, Tyrant Scorn, my own Collective Brutality.
Ooh.
And then my creatures are Shriekmaw and Passageway Seer. So you can take from this stack.
I'm going to take the Thoughtseize.
Okay, Thoughtseize is gone. The Spirited Companion are gone. Do you want to write?
No. That's too me being too good at the game. I'm gonna try to remember, and when I get hosed by one of them later, it'll be great.
All right.
That will be my turn. Go ahead.
Untap, draw for the turn. We're gonna play the Waste, so you can just cross that off on your piece of paper right now. What do I do now? Kind of hosed my play.
I kind of hope you just pass the turn.
No. Pass.
Oh, I did not do the Collective Brutality. I was hoping you would. Crack this Bloodstained Mire. Going to 17. I'll get this Raugrin Triome tapped.
Sure.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. 1-2.
Yeah.
Exiling 1-2 these 4. So leaving Bloodstained Mire, Flooded Strand, I'm exiling Arid Mesa, Ponder, Brainstorm, Fatal Push, and Collective Brutality.
So that's 4 instants and sorceries?
4 instants and sorceries.
It's going to be a 6/6.
Boom. Murktide Regent.
I accept.
Go ahead.
End step. I'm going to... Is there any way I can filter this and not have to take a damage? I don't believe I can. So I'm going to tap for a blue and a black, and I'd like to unsummon it.
Back to the hand.
I'm at 19.
All right.
Untap. Draw. Swamp.
Oh, he got there.
And I'm going to cast the black creature that you couldn't name. It's actually the Passageway Seer. And this is what I'm talking about terrible cards that have the initiative printed on. It's a 4-mana 2/2 with lifelink.
Yeah, but it has
the
specifically
initiative.
one line of text that I'm not going to have to be able to allow,
Force of Will time? Yeah. All right, you're at 16.
Force of Will, pitching, Snapcaster.
Yeah, I figured you had Counterspell backup with the Murktide Regent. You're okay with the unsummon. I accept. I pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Yep.
Well, so here's the best part about being Jerry. Sometimes I just get to try again and re-remember the hand, so we'll Thoughtseize.
I like my hand. All right, so cards that you knew from before, can you name them?
The Shriek Maw.
Yeah.
Ephemerate.
Yeah.
Tyrant Scorn you used. The black one you used.
Yeah.
I know one more.
Yes, you do.
I don't remember it.
It was Collective Brutality.
Oh, yeah.
And a new card,
Ooh.
Saw in Half from the unset. One of the black bordered cards from the unset. This card is so gas. I love this card.
That's a commander card.
Is it as well?
That is a very, very powerful commander card.
Yeah. All right. The world is your oyster.
I'm going to take the... we'll take the Collective Brutality.
Okay.
Mostly because I can remember the Ephemerate and the Shriek Maw, and I can't remember the Collective Brutality.
Sure, no worries.
All right, I lost 2 life of that and went to 14.
I got you at 14.
Go ahead.
All right, untap. I ripped gas, I apologize. I've got this Recruiter of the Guard. So I'm actually going to pay a life. Wait, no, I don't have to. I'm going to filter into white and colorless to cast Recruiter to Guard.
You got it.
Does it resolve?
Absolutely
Phenomenal.
does.
Looking for a creature with a butt of 2 or less. So I can't hit the Passageway Seer because you killed that one. Recruiter?
Yes.
You're going to get a card you're familiar with. It's going to get the Baleful Strix.
Hey, I know that card.
Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, now I'm going to pass.
You got it. I will then untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a basic island.
Yep.
Well, count my cards again. Not enough in there for me to do both that I want to do, so I will pass the turn.
End step, Ephemerate.
In response to the Ephemerate...
No, I need this. I need this.
I have bad news. It's an Abrade on the Recruiter.
Yeah, that's fine. Fizzles, Oh, it's an Abrade. Yeah. It was like Lightning Helix. All right.
No.
In response, I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
Tap.
Please forgive me.
Draw the card. The Shriekiest of Maws.
Do you mean the Balefulest of Strixes?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. You got it. Write it down. Write it down.
You know what? I'm not worried about my life total in this matchup. I'll pay 1. Go to 18.
That's fair. You've done the only 2 damage to yourself.
All right. Draw trigger.
You got it.
Charmingest of Princes.
Ooh, we scrying?
No, I'm actually going to flicker the Baleful Strix.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. I'm going to pass to you at the beginning of my end step. It's going to enter play. I'm going to draw another card. You're up.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Wow, we'll just you know, we saw it before. We'll just, do we play around the days? Do I have to put?
I have an island on my Triome.
All right, we'll play around the days. We'll do 3.
Yeah.
And exile 1, 2, 3 instant sorceries and 1 of the lands.
Yeah.
And Murktide Regent again.
How big this time?
This time it is a 6/6.
Okay.
All right, would you like to Shriek Maw this in your turn?
On my turn?
Yeah.
Well, you have to pass first.
Yeah, that's why. If you say you're going to Shriek Maw, I'm just never passing.
I mean, I got bad news for you. I am going to try and kill it.
All right, go ahead.
Bold. I was really hoping to do some like Shriek Maw ephemerate magic. It's less good when I have a Charming Prince. But I am, in fact, going to try and evoke a Shriek Maw and kill your creature.
Yep.
All right, so this evoke, it's going to die. I don't even have money to like cut in half or anything for, you know, people who are going to be screaming in the comments, but the value. But if it comes back, it's not even a May. I believe it would have to kill my creatures. I'm going to Trundle in for 3.
I'm down to 11.
Yeah. Pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oof. Pass the turn.
End step. What's in your graveyard?
Currently, just a Floodstrand and a Murktide Regent.
You know, that's fine. I'm going to Cling to Dust your land to exile it and draw a card.
You got it.
Untap, draw for the turn. Fascinating. Attacks. Trundle in for 3.
No blocks. No sneaking ninjutsus.
I wish. Man, Ninja Initiative? That sounds so sweet. Post-combat, I am going to try and grief you.
Oh. Yeah.
So 4 mana, 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land. That player discards it.
All right. Well, I got a Lockmere Serpent.
Yes.
Teferi, Hero of Dominaria.
Yes.
And a Dalthy Voidwalker.
Oh, no.
You know, sometimes your lands just don't behave.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take the 5-drop.
Mm-hmm.
So Dalthy Voidwalker actually does an amazing job of fighting for the initiative, which is very cool.
Shadow.
Yeah. But
And it's exiled, right? That's the weird thing about this one?
target opponent removes their hand. No, you just discard it.
Oh, it is just discarded.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's weird because it comes on a creature and that's very strong, but yeah. Your go.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play Godless Shrine untapped because I
You're at
cannot.
6, and that's exactly lethal.
I cannot do that. All right. So Godless Shrine tapped,
Okay.
leaving it at 8.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ooh. Antipody. Untappity. Draw for the turn. Well, we're absolutely just going to 6 you.
Yeah. Rumble down to 2.
Rumble on down to 2. And then, sure. I'm going to cast Phantasmal Image.
Yep.
And it's going to be a prince. And
You got it.
And I'm going to scry. I mean, worst words you can hear in Magic, top.
I'm not terrified at all, Serge. In fact, you topping means my top is also probably good.
That's fair. Yeah, pass.
Untap, upkeep, Wandering Fumarole.
Mm-hmm.
That is the exact card I wanted on top of my library.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks. I'm at 2.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few more creatures on there that have 2, and I can reasonably deal with 2 cards in my hand.
That are creature.
Scoop them up. GG.
Hey, thank you very much.
Glad to have you on the channel for your shindig.
Yeah, so this is sort of the plan B, right? Like, even though we didn't see any initiative because you countered it, this still just, clocked the opponent, which is kind of cool.
It was a clock. I died to Baleful Strix in both games.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say Baleful Strix MVP of this
Yeah,
format.
we should probably point it. I'll talk to the council when I get back to Victoria and be like, hey.
I love being salty and getting being able to talk to the people to get my cards pointed that I wanted. So
Perfect.
Make it 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anything else while I'm at it? Any other problem cards that you saw? This stupid dog, probably point it to. Stupid spirit.
Anything that draws cards. Drawing cards is too powerful.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Anyway, Serge, I appreciate you coming onto the channel and showing me your format. Is there anything you want to say to the people at home about you yourself or your channel or anything?
So if you like the Highlander content, I highly recommend you check out North 100 Showdown. It's a show that myself, Wheeler, Nelson Salahub, and Ben Elmer over at Loading Ready Run put together. It's on the LRRMTG channel. I am hugely passionate about it. It is, with the exception of Commander, which I got into over the pandemic, this is my format. This is my bread and butter, and I absolutely love it. And for your CEDH audience, I think you'll really enjoy it if you want to check it out.
I will be the first one to admit this is my second favorite format after after EDH.
Sure.
I would say that Canadian Highlander takes a place in my heart as well.
And you know what? You don't even have to be a Canadian to play it.
It's true. I have met some non-Canadians who play it as well. Anyways, now that we're wrapping up to the end of this video, I want to thank our lovely sponsors at GameGenic as well. You can see them on this lovely game mat. The bastions that we opened our decks out of, as well as a lot of this stuff on our lovely back table here.
Swag.
Swag indeed. So yeah, I love the folks at GameGenic. They're awesome people. Pick up something if you like high quality items. And we'll see you next time.